And there you have the two competitors from the first heat. That's actually not the competitors. You'll find that is Ryan Hardy. We've opted for the board caddy today, Manny, because it is so big, and we've seen what's happened with lost fins and lost boards.
It is going to be an amazing show today. This is what it all comes down to on the 2011 IBA World Tour, and I'm nervous. I mean, I've been nervous the entire time, but you know what? These guys know what's up for grabs, a potential world title here today at the Fronton Pro. We are here on the outskirts of Galdar. Galdar is an absolute gem. It is Tenesor Simadan, the last chief of Los Guanches, the Indian tribe that were here before everybody started coming with their own ships and their own people. But Galdar, also known as the Royal City, is our host to this crazy event.
Yeah, Manny, Galdar, the people are wonderful, the city, the culture is wonderful, but the reason we're all here is what you see down there, that coastline. We wanted to come to one of the world's heaviest waves for this day, the big waves, and Fronton, Galdar has turned it on. So here we are. Thank you, Galdar. Thank you, Fronton. Now, let's do this, eh?
Oh, my Lord. Once again, welcome. This is the 2011 NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro. And ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here has all the pressure in the world on his shoulders. Whoa. Why? Greg Taylor, fill us in.
Pierre-Louis Costes, he is about to face his destiny. Look at this amazing footage, man. This has come from the Red Bull Phantom camera and just a super slow-mo. We're going to see this historic moment go down on Phantom camera, but there's Pierre looking very relaxed. I was speaking to him earlier today. He's not so relaxed today, but he has his quarterfinal against Jared Houston. If he wins that quarterfinal, simple, he is the new IBA Grand Slam world champion. If he is unable to beat Jared Houston in that quarterfinal, we will be crowning Jeff Hubbard, and here he is. Jeff Hubbard will become he's the three-time world champion.
I would not want to be in his shoes. I would rather be, in control of my destiny, and PLC has that in his pocket. But Jeff Hubbard now has to sit back and watch and wait to see what goes down in quarterfinal heat number 4, PLC versus Jared Houston. This is Jeff Hubbard, guaranteed could be a world champion in the future, but can be world champion today here at this event.
Well, Manny, he's a two-time world champion already. Will he make it number 3, or will it be the Super Grom, the Super Rookie from France, Pierre-Louis Costes? That is what we're all here to watch today. And, we have some amazing waves.
Yes.
I'm looking out the window, Manny, and there are ginormous waves rolling in.
Yeah, you know what? Let's check it out, how we got here with some action from yesterday. Woo! Oh, my. right, again, ladies and gentlemen, this is history in the making. The last stop on the 2011 IBA World Grand Slam Series World Champion Tour. And incredible here on the outskirts of Galdar. Right now, we have the quarterfinals set up. Heat number 1 in the red jersey, Jason Finlay from Australia going against fellow Australian Dallas Singer. Ho, ho, ho. And let me tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, the swell that we've been predicting has arrived, and it is massive. I don't know how the camera angles can justify how massive and how much water is moving out there. We will find out as the first rider drops in on the wave. But there is some technicalities. The 30-minute heat has started. Greg Taylor, what are some of the details, the strategies that could go down?
That's the buzzer, Manny. We are off and running. This is history in the making. Within 2 hours, we'll be crowning a new world champion. But in the water right now, we have Dallas Singer from Australia taking on Jason Finlay. For me personally, this was one of the biggest calls I've had to make in my life. Are we running today? The world title on the line, massive waves coming on still a building tide. We had to make some rules, some exceptions to make sure the rider's safety is looked after. So what we have board caddies out there. The board caddies can assist the riders at any point in time. So that is very important. So yesterday we spoke about the board caddy not being able to enter the lineup. Today is allowed. So each rider has a board caddy. Very important. We also have the Red Bull jet ski out there. They are able to assist the riders in get in and out of the lineup, but as soon as a rider opts to use the jet ski, they fall back to second priority. We have that priority system. So if you do opt for the ski to assist you to get back out in the lineup, you fall automatically back into second priority, even if your competitor is still paddling out. Very important. We have 30 minutes per heat. Because the waves are so massive here today, Manny, they will not be able to come in on the rocks. They need to go 400 metres down the 400 yards, 400 metres down the cliff just to get in. So we've allowed a little bit of time between the quarterfinals and the semi-finals and the finals to allow the riders to get in. We've got a car waiting there to drive them back up to the contest area. So special day, special conditions. The riders were all briefed. We all sat there, went through it step by step. All 8 riders put their hand up today and said, let's do this.
Exactly. I actually went around and talked to a few of the riders, Jason Finlay and Dallas Singer currently out in the water. I talked to Jason. I'm like, so what do you see? How you feeling? He says there's a few slabbers out there, and you know what? He's keen. He said, I am keen. It is going to be a good day. Jason Finlay, he's ready. He's out there currently in the red jersey, and it was Dallas Singer. He said, quote, it's a Mel mash. I'm like, what is a Mel mash? He said, Thomas Rigby's dad, Mel, makes a mash, and it's got to be good. The Mel mash has got to be good. So he's out there, and you know what? He said, get out there, and let's do it.
Yeah, look,
so
man,
both guys are keen, 100% out in the water, 27 minutes remaining.
Yeah, so we're yet to see any sets roll in, but when you see those sets rolling, you can even just look at that.
It's intense out there, people. It's really intimidating. We all showed up here at low tide, and it was just draining on top. I mean, you're talking about a massive amount of water just unloading on the shallow reef, and it was scary. It was ugly. Everybody waited for the call. High tide is coming. It started getting better, and now this is it. We are rocking and rolling. Heat number 1 of the quarterfinals out in the water. Dallas Singer in yellow, Jason Finlay in red.
Yeah, Jason Finlay. He was the talk of the day yesterday. He was at an extraordinary heat against the contender, the 2-time world champion, Jeff Hubbard from Hawaii. Jeff Hubbard had to progress through that heat to take control of the world title race. But Jason Finlay, 10 seconds to go in that amazing first heat of the day, pulled off that air forward, and bang, he was through to the quarterfinals. Jeff Hubbard no longer in contention for this contest, but he's still in the world title chase, Manny.
All right, out in the water as well, the fellow Australian Dallas Singer. Dallas Singer, he's out there right now on his foreplay, Dallas modeled. These guys pretty much all have their own models, and they're out here doing everything they can on it to make sure not only to advance on, but to stay alive. And his favorite maneuver, air forwards. And you know what? We may see an air forward from Dallas Singer. Looking at this, the first wave of the day of the competition, big drop. It is Jason Finlay.
He's up, he's looking for this wave. It's just pushed across the reef. He didn't get the barrel he was after, but you just saw that drop, Manny. That gave you a bit of a feel for how big it is out there today. I guess he's the first one to catch a wave out there, so massive respect. but I guess he's just playing a little bit safe, feeling his way into these massive conditions. Look at that one too, Manny. So we are talking some pretty serious stuff. But Jason Finlay would be feeling a bit better. He's ridden a wave out there. He's now got the feel for what's happening. But what was it? Dallas Singer's favourite move was the air forward.
Yep.
If I see that today,
Exactly.
oh my.
Yeah, Dallas Singer. He's waiting now patiently. Again, 30 minutes. Top 2 waves scored. Rider winning the heat will advance on to the semifinals. 30 minutes seems like a long time, but when you have massive waves like this here at El Fronton, those minutes just start melting away. Take a look, Andrew Lester coming up next
He's in the next heat against the current world champion from Reunion Island, Amaury Laverne. And I've known Andrew Lester for quite a while, and I've never seen him so nervous, Manny. You can see it there in his face. This is his first time to Fronton, but he's been the amazing story of the contest, all the way from the second round of the trials. He won every heat, every quarter, semi and final, made his way through the leaderboard stage, knocked out Dave Winchester yesterday in round 4, and here he finds himself. But it's just such a amazing experience for him because he hasn't surfed Fronton big yet, and this is his first time on this world stage. So it's going to be fascinating to see how he handles these conditions because they are extreme.
Well, Andrew Lester is definitely somebody not to underestimate. He's coming up next against Amaury Laverne. That will be semi or quarterfinal number 2. But currently, waves still pounding on the shallow reef here at El Fronton on the northwest side of Gran Canaria, one of the 7 islands in the island chain of Canarias. And you know what? It's just facing wide open to the ocean. So the raw power of Mother Nature just unloading on the shallow reef. And 2 guys, actually it is 8 riders who are going to put their skills, talent, and pretty much their lives on the line for today's competition.
Yeah, look, it's going to be fascinating. These poor guys are the guinea pigs. Jason Finlay seems to be happy being a guinea pig. Manny,
oh, look at this thing just dumping on the shallow reef. And you've seen it throughout the entire broadcast we've had throughout the past few days, that a lot of the riders take off on which looks like a small wave, but as soon as they get on the wave, that thing just grows, and grows as it starts coming in onto the reef. So amazing, amazing wave. Amaury Laverne getting ready.
Well, as I said, Manny, this guy's the current world champion. Unfortunately, today he will be handing over the mantle for Amaury, unfortunately. But he was one of the first riders I spoke to this morning, and he was positive. He said, let's get out there. He's been coming into the Canary Islands and surfing Fronton for many years. But up and riding, Jason Finlay.
Oh, look at that airdrops. Gets all the way to the bottom, bounces off the top. And Jason Finlay just holding on. It looked like he just airdropped, was able to maintain and hold his rail and get that speed to get going on that wave. And lucky for him, the lip didn't freaking catch him in time. Let's take another look.
Drops, man. He said he'd still yet to find exactly how to get into that barrel. But look at that ledge in there. And look, he's in there. It'll be interesting to see how the judges score that because he is slightly under the lip, but not quite in the barrel. But yeah, it's just what the conditions we have, Manny. We have 4 hours of competition today. That was a 3.0 for Jason Finlay. So he has caught 2 waves. He has a 1.5 for the first wave, a 3.0 for the second wave. Dallas Singer yet to catch a wave. But what the scenario we have today, we have 4 hours of competition, and the way we've placed the timing of the competition is hugging the high tide. High tide is at, call it 2:50 local time in the afternoon. So we've gone 2 hours before, 2 hours after high tide. Unfortunately for the guys in the water, they're at the lower point of the tide. And so as this tide builds, you'll see more waves being makeable and grinding across that reef. You may even see, or I think you will see, some lefts coming in as well. I know that personally what Amaury Laverne's looking forward to for the next heat. He was talking about he wants to get himself one of those lefts because they're the famous images we see of Fronton in the magazines, in the podcasts, just those monster ledging waves on the left, and good chance we're going to see them coming in as the tide fills in the next hour, Manny.
I mean, these aren't the optimal conditions for Fronton. I mean, we've seen video, we've seen photos of Fronton with different swell direction and, calm or offshore winds. So Fronton does become one of these just perfect bodyboarding waves. But today, it is still rideable, still contestable, and now these guys have to adjust to this north swell. Ideally, we want to see some northwest swell come in and just dredge off the reef and form this perfect left-hand wave. But because it's coming from the north, the riders will be more likely to ride on the rights and try to get that barrel and come out with a big move for those big scoring waves. Taking a look, Dallas Singer in the yellow jersey still has yet to catch a wave.
Yeah, look, 10 minutes gone in this heat, Manny. We've seen Jason Finlay pick off a couple of the rights, but yet to feel their way into this heat. But look, Dallas Singer, he'd just be looking to get some runs on the board, just feel his way into this. And but Manny, while we got a little lull in the action, how was that highlights clip as we played into this broadcast? We saw some amazing phantom footage, and hats off and a massive thank you to the team at Red Bull TV who have supplied the operators and the phantom camera for us. And you're going to see some amazing images. We've got some images of the surfing yesterday in the 1,000 frames per second. But talk me through that basketball in the head.
Yeah, we wanted to capture something. We had the Red Bull guys at our facility, the IBA Media House, and we're like, okay, well, what can we do? Let's get some clips while these guys are here. And we just started thinking of ideas, and somebody said, let me throw a basketball at your head, and then next thing you know, it's caught in slow motion at 1,000 frames per second.
Was it more painful in slow motion, or was it more painful at the time? But Jason Finlay having another.
Oh, look at this pushing! Oh, could not get over the ledge and drop into that one. Again, massive 4 to 6 foot, occasional 7, 8 foot bomb coming in. And let me tell you something: you do not want to be in the inside of one of these sets when they roll in, because it will beat you down. Fins will be torn off. Your leash possibly will be broken. This is a lot of water, and I just, crossing my fingers, everybody comes out okay. Andrew Lester preparing for war.
Yeah, look, so it's going to be interesting. We spoke about how nervous he was about taking on Fronton in such extreme conditions. We can't forget this guy's grown up on one of the most powerful reef breaks in the world, being Shark Island. So, I'm sure he's more than capable. And in my eyes, he's been riding this barrel out here better than anyone. And we've spoken about just that knowledge of riding big right-hand reef breaks where you get into the barrel, but then you head high as it pinches as you get out of there. And to be fair, I think that's the reason Andrew Lester's here, still in the quarterfinal stage, because that experience he's had over the last 12 to 15 years riding big right-hand reef breaks. Jason Finlay's in a similar boat. He was born and raised on the south coast of New South Wales, which is scattered with reef breaks, and it can get quite big. So Jason Finlay, he's very experienced in these conditions as well.
All right, these guys right here in the yellow jersey. Dallas Singer still waiting for his first wave in this 30-minute heat with 18 minutes remaining. Jason Finlay has 2 waves under his belt. As they're waiting for the sets to roll in, we'll be right back right after this. All right, looks like it is Jason Finlay for his third wave. The big maneuver, the first big maneuver of the day. Wow, the wild card absolutely laying it on the line. Jason Finlay, the Australian, getting nuts and hitting the lip for the first time of the day in today's live broadcast. Jason Finlay now is ready. Woo!
Well, as said, Jason Finlay saw that amazing ad at the Stealth ad, one of the great sponsors of the competition. You saw Jason Finlay whipping into some very big dredging reef breaks, and he's doing it here again. The judges, they like that, Manny. It's a
nice.
7.25. Let's talk through this wave. He takes off. It's one of those ones that built across the reef. That's what they're looking for today. He gets up to the lip, and perfect timing. Bang, extension, invert. And to land this move with that sort of water movement takes some special ability. And Jason Finlay, the event wildcard all the way through to the quarterfinals, has nailed a 7.25.
Wow.
He now has a combined score of 10.25. Dallas Singer yet to catch a wave. He's in that horrible place, Manny. Horrible place, combo land.
Combo land, which means he needs 2 new scores. Actually, he needs a score to even be on the scorecard right now. He has yet to catch a wave, but the combination land, you may hear it again today, but combination land means that the rider who is in the combination land needs 2 new scoring, higher scoring waves to even consider getting into first place. Right now, Jason Finlay has Dallas Singer in combo land.
Well, Dallas Singer now knows he needs to do something out of his comfort zone, and Manny, he looks at that, but I don't think that's anybody's comfort zone. Can you watch this one throw on the reef? It was actually a wise move. It was one of the bigger sets that pushes across the reef, so it was good judgment by Dallas Singer there. But with 15 minutes remaining, 15 and a half minutes remaining, Dallas Singer really has to push past that, that comfort zone and get himself in there. You've seen Jason Finlay sitting a little bit further inside, willing to look over the lip, look over the face of a couple of these bombs, to ready to pick off the right wave. He's been rewarded. He's in first place, holding down this heat. Dallas Singer, he's got to rethink his strategy.
All right. Well, again, 15 minutes remaining in this heat. So Dallas Singer, he needs to get on the scorecard to even be considered of moving on to the semifinals. So what's he got to do? He's got to either come inside or keep waiting for that bomb set to roll through, and that could backfire. If one does not come through, the time will just, disappear from under his belt. So Dallas Singer, you need that. You need those 2-wave combination to even think about advancing on. Jason Finlay, he's on a roll.
He is, and Manny said some of this amazing invert. Again, just remind you, we've got the Phantom camera tracking this, so keep an eye on youtube.com, the IBA World Tour channel, to catch the highlights, because you're going to see that amazing Phantom camera footage of today's action. Next heat in the water, Amaury Laverne taking 2 boards down. He'll have a board caddy. He'll need a board caddy out there. He's up against the Australian, all the way from the trials, Andrew Lester. In saying that, Andrew Lester, former world number 2, former pipeline champion, the current world champion against one of the legends of the sport. I can't wait for that one, Manny.
That's going to be an insane heat, because we have the consistent riding of Amaury Laverne, as well as the go-for-it attitude of, yes, Andrew Lester. And his tube riding skills have been unmatched so far here in this area. Not only Fronton during his free riding and in the competition, but also down the beach, just minutes away. There's an unreal right-hander as well. And last night, Andrew Lester had some fun, and he was just getting some serious keg time.
Yeah, there you see him there. And yesterday afternoon after the competition, a lot of the pros went and took on just another reef break just down the coastline here, and many. We're sitting there having a couple of beers after a hard day at the office, watching these guys. And one wave of Andrew Lester was one of the best right-hand barrels off. So we're talking solid 6 to 8 foot dredging barrels, and these guys were just having the time of their life out there.
You know what? Galdar, the outskirts of Galdar, right here in La Guancha area. Oh, Dallas Singer taking a look and backs out. He's now. You don't want to go 4-wave, pull back, and then see a big monster set breathing down your neck, because that thing will just dismantle your whole body. So Dallas Singer and Jason Finlay being very cautious on which waves to take. But again, this area, Galdar, also called, the area is called La Guancha. Definitely could be bodyboarding mecca in years to come. Within a 5-minute walk of each other, you have 3 world-class bodyboarding waves, and the bodyboarders pretty much own it. So if you are a bodyboarder and you want to know where your level of bodyboarding is, put this area on your map.
Oh, without a doubt, Manny, and it's such an amazing talent from the local riders here. And you've seen, like you saw Elliot Morales yesterday. You've seen, there's many legends. Diego Cabrera, another local, but they've done, amazing well. But it's not just the local riders, Manny.
It's the local people. I mean, everywhere we've gone as a group or by ourselves, it was the people that were always grateful and gracious, and you are always offering to help in one way or another. So the people here on top notch. And you know what? This area and the south area, north, south, the entire islands of the Canary Islands is just a tourism mecca. If you haven't been here, and if you bodyboard or whether you don't bodyboard, the Canary Islands has it all.
Oh, without a doubt, Manny, and we're so grateful to be in this amazing place, and big shout out to the guys of the Galdar Council who have supported this event, and thank you for your support, and just the general people of Galdar and the Canary Islands. But look at that set just heaving itself on the reef. Manny, 11 and a half minutes, Dallas Singer yet to catch a wave, Jason Finlay holding it down. He did that massive invert on that right hand. Dallas Singer, he's got to make a decision. He's got to go in there and put it all on the line, or just let this one go. But at the moment, seeing those sets just erupting on the reef, it is amazing. But we've got a replay here, Manny, of the 7.25 from Jason Finlay. Can you talk us through this one?
Yeah,
again?
well, he took off on the bigger side of the wave, and again, it just gets bigger and bigger when he comes into that inside section. He sets his sights on that lip, perfect timing, just goes straight up and over the lip. Nice tweak, nice inverted aerial maneuver right there from Jason Finlay, and that right there solidified his first solid scoring wave of a 7.25, and that's what the judges want to see. They want to see you actually get out there, either get the massive barrel, come out clean, or go aim for a lip maneuver. Jason Finlay read it perfectly.
Yeah, we've seen from the outset Jason Finlay's been willing to roll up his sleeves and get involved out there, and he's been rewarded. But you said it exactly, Manny. The judges like to see big manoeuvres in critical parts of the wave. So, Jason Finlay delivered there. But while we've got a little pause in the action, a little shout out to our sponsors. Said the NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro. Massive shout out to each of those brands for their support of the event, and you can find those industry-leading brands at all your favourite local surf shops. So get down to your local surf shop, check these guys out, and reward them for their support. The other one is Grand Flavour. Come on, they've decked us out in their latest threads. They've got an online store where you can hop on there and buy all your goodies online with the with the Grand Flavour shop, and they've got that special menu where you purchase $200 worth of clothing from the Grand Flavour online store, you get free shipping worldwide. So I would suggest getting your family and friends together, checking out the website, and buying yourself some goodies just in time. But the other one, Manny, is the IBA shop. We saw you on the Phantom camera throwing a bit of water on the IBA merchandise. Was it okay?
Yeah, I just had to let it dry for about a half hour, and it was all good. But also, we do have the 2012 Grand Slam Series IBA World Tour. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Look at this. Dallas Singer on his first wave, up and riding.
Oh, he just got to skip out of that one, and it's spilled across. It just didn't do what he wanted. It looked like the section was building, Manny, and he sort of opted to go at the high part opposed to the low part. It's still, you've sort of got two swells coming, a bit of west and a bit of north. And it looks like there was a bit mushed up that wave, and I'm not sure whether it could have been ridden any differently, but hopefully we've got the highlight of that to walk through it again. But Dallas Singer, at least, he's got a score on the board. Now he's out of combo land, so he now needs a simple 9.15 to progress into first place with 8.5 minutes remaining. So 1.1 for that last wave of Dallas Singer. But let's just think about it. He's got in there, he's got rid of the nerves, he's out there. But Manny is big set rolling in now. Look at this one.
Oh my, look at this. Jason Finlay putting his, I can't believe it. The first massive wipeout of the day goes to Jason Finlay. He just did a massive aerial maneuver. Now he's going big, pushing hard. The wind was pushing up the face and just held him up there on the lip. And everybody on the beach is just cheering for this guy, Jason Finlay, the Australian, going big. Oh my.
Wow,
that was huge.
That is what it's going to take to win here today, to make history. It's putting it all on the line. And Jason Finlay, hat goes off to you, mate, because that is a beating you will not forget. And all us on the online land will not forget. Don't forget, we have that on the Phantom camera.
Look at how big that wave just becomes. It is an 8-foot bomb, and Jason Finlay could not get into it quick enough as the lip just took his fins and up and over. He went head first straight down to the bottom and narrowly avoided the reef, obviously, because he looks okay, makes his way over to the channel. But Jason Finlay, now we can breathe deep. He's all right. Jason Finlay going big.
I held my breath then, Manny, because you're going to see, these guys are really putting it all on the line. And again, total respect to Jason Finlay. He's shaking his head there. I'm not sure if he's shaking his head because he got a pounding.
Or he's upset.
He wanted to make that puppy, and he launched himself into it. And that's the commitment that, PLC or Jared Houston's going to have to take to decide this world title.
You know what? I agree. Jason Finlay was shaking his head. It wasn't because he wiped out. It was because he didn't make the section. That's the kind of attitude Jason Finlay has, and I think that's the kind of attitude that a winner needs. So, you know what? He can probably take this whole thing.
Oh, mate, with that commitment, most definitely. You see him there talking to Ryan Hardy. We spoke about at the start of the broadcast, Manny, that we have caddies in the water. Ryan Hardy unfortunately bowed out of world title contention. He's such a professional, such a gentleman. We put the hand up. We said, we're going to need board caddies out there today to look after the riders. First guy to put his hand up. the man from Margaret River, the legend himself, Ryan Hardy,
Awesome.
put his hand up and said, you know what, I'm going to go out there and help my brothers out. And he told me he's the Aussies board caddy for the day. So he'll stay out there for Andrew Lester in the next heat. He's going to stay there for
Awesome.
4 hours if that's what it takes.
But you know what?
To see his boys.
He's got the best seat in the house. I mean, front row center, Ryan Hardy. He knew what he was doing. He's like, you know what? If I get to sit out in the channel and watch my boys go for it, I want that seat. So Ryan Hardy is smarter than the average bodyboarder for sure, getting front row center.
Yeah, look, let's hope we can dig the replay out of the hard drives again, because we could watch that puppy all day. But very interesting story. While we're waiting for that replay to come back again, Manny, is we talk about Ryan Hardy's the board caddy out there in the water. I'm not sure if you remember back that memorable day at the box, Margaret River, when you saw that footage, that massive roll that Ryan Hardy did to win that event in his home break. If you look at the foreground of that thing, you'll see a man sitting there as the board caddy pumping his fists in the air.
Yep.
That man was Andrew Lester.
Awesome.
10 months later on the year, here we are.
He's in the
Roles
quarterfinals.
reversed. Hardy's out there for Leicester, and I'm sure he'll be pumping the fist just as hard if his man Leicester can do the same thing. But amazing, amazing times. Manny, we can't forget, this is all happening. This is just, these guys got nothing on the line. This is just all for a bit of, a bit of pride, a bit of showsmanship. Heat, final 4, we've got Pierre-Louis Costes taking on Jared Houston to win the world title. He's going to have to show that sort of commitment to win that heat. And remember the scenario, Manny. If PLC wins his quarterfinal, he is the new IBA world champion. But to do that, he's going to have to do what Jason Finlay did and a bit more, because Jared Houston won't hold back. We saw what he did in Mexico.
Exactly.
It is going to be unbelievable. We're about 1 hour away from that history-making moment. But stay here right now, because history is being made. That image of Jason Finlay will not be forgotten for a long time.
4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first heat of the quarterfinals. Out in the water, Jason Finlay in a commanding lead of a 10.25 to Dallas Singer's 1.1. Dallas Singer only has one wave, and that is that 1.1. Jason Finlay, 3.0 and a 7.25. Amazing, amazing riding from Jason Finlay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The IBA 2011 NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro, brought to you by Grand Flavor. It all comes down to this for 2 reasons. The end of the tour, and as well today, we are going to see a world champion be crowned. Is it this kid right here, PLC? He is the one who controls his own destiny. He will go out in quarterfinal heat number 4 against Jared Houston. If he advances, he will become the 2011 IBA Grand Slam Series world champion. There's his beautiful girlfriend, Ruth, who is here in full support. Now, PLC.
Imagine what's going through his head, man. He's sitting there knowing to win, to achieve the ultimate achievement in world bodyboarding, his lifelong dream. He has to go out there and do what Jason Finlay did. Not only do it, pull that off. And to think, having all that pressure of the world title, plus these conditions, I cannot even comprehend what is going through Pierre's head right now.
Pierre realistically only needs 2 more waves. 2 more good waves to be able to, oh, wait a second, taking a look, that was Dallas Singer. 2 more good waves, and he will become world champion. Yeah, but Jared Houston, again, I've been watching some video, some of the Argentinian guys that videotape here, they have a crew called Performance, they videotape, and I saw some footage of Jared Houston's last trip here, and let me tell you something, Jared Houston, he knows Fronton.
He knows Fronton. He's
Look at
Dallas
this.
Singer, familiarise himself with Fronton. He gets up, get up there, Dal, roll it. Unfortunately, didn't get the section. Look, Dallas, he's up on the knee now.
He knows.
He needs a 9.15. He just hasn't been able to deliver at this heat. And, look, he dominated Ben Play yesterday in round 4. But, unfortunately, here today, with 2 minutes remaining, it's very low probability we're going to get Dallas Singer back out there and into a 9.15 in the next 2 minutes. But Jason Finlay, if nothing else, for that last wipeout, Manny, I'm just getting my head around it. He only got a 1.85 from the judges. So I'm just so happy that he's advanced through to the semi-finals of this contest.
So, okay, here's the mentality of Jason Finlay. Even though he knows there's only less than 2 minutes remaining, he's still looking to catch another wave, even though he knows he doesn't have to.
Yeah. He's just out here, like he's spoken about, his desire to get on the IBA World Tour and make a name for himself globally. And he's been put on the world stage and he's delivered, and said he was placed here as the event wildcard. His sponsors thought that he could do the brand the most proud by getting out there. they backed the right man, I'd say, Manny, because he's now made himself all the way through to the semi-final of the
Wow.
NMD Pride Stealth Fronton Pro, and he is making a name for himself. But Manny, there is 1 minute to go. I look out the window, and there are some monster sets rolling in.
All right, look at this. Jason has to paddle out. Look how big this big wave is. I'm speechless. It's massive. It is just a massive amount of water coming in and just surging on the shallow reefs of El Fronton. Unbelievable. Look at that. The whitewash just fills the frame entirely. It is a show. We have the show here today, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's going to be a show. Look at that left. You can see that left. It's still a little bit low, but Amaury Laverne and Andrew Lester have both been talking about they want to get themselves one of those lefts because it bowls a little bit more and wraps in on itself, and you can get some very memorable waves. But as you can see there, it's starting to grind. You can see that left.
Oh,
it's
starting. It's starting.
Yeah.
As the tide keeps coming up, more water will be on top of that reef, which means that left could be possibly ridden by the guy who loves the lefts, Amaury Laverne. So take a look at it. Jason Finlay dropping in on a wave. He doesn't have to drop in on, and here he is just making the bottom turn. Go roll! Made it to the top of the wave. Jason Finlay, he is setting the precedence now. This is it, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at the crowd. The Aussies there clapping their hands in respect to what Jason Finlay's done out there. As you said, he had already had that heat in the bag.
He didn't have to catch that wave.
But he dropped into that monster set, and then once he got to the bottom, he said, you know what? I'm up there. I'm going to roll this thing. And it looks like, I think that might be Jones. Russell out there is the board caddy, is the other board caddy. I think it is. But he's sitting out there. I'm sure he was the board caddy for Dallas Singer out there. But again, great matemanship and commitment. There's Ryan Hardy. He said, I backed the right man there. Well done, Jace.
Woo!
Talk me through this last wave. Look at this.
Again, Jason Finlay has already had this heat on lockdown, but he still wants to catch a wave. And look at this big thing just starting to surge onto the reef. You can't tell right now. Beautiful, perfect bottom turn right there. Just airdrops and catches the rail and then heads straight for the lip. Who in their right mind would think about even doing a maneuver on this big wave? But it is Jason Finlay who goes up and over for a roll at the end of that wave. Unbelievable. Jason Finlay. Woo! Look at that. He's a happy man.
There he is. Great footage there from Seamus Markham. And huge respect.
Again, you mentioned it earlier, but now because the waves are so massive, so much water is rushing up onto the reef and up and over the cliff, on top of the cliff, it is nearly impossible to get in. So now Jason Finlay is on the back of a jet ski, and we're going to take him about a mile up the coast to the small fishing village of Caleta. That's where they will jump in a car and get back over to the competitors area where they can get ready for their next heat.